Tranquilo, 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 and bienvenido to TGIF1 Formula One podcast, which is back this week after the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Obviously, last week Mukami was not alone, and neither am I today. We've got Mukami
and Jordan.
I feel like we need
not
to
Formula One
Not
team.
Formula One
Jordan, not F1 team. That's
Jordan,
your new
not
name,
F1.
by the way.
Yes.
In fact, that should be your Twitter handle.
At Jordan, not F1.
We need to start with something. We both got our predictions, right?
Yes. I just for a recap, I'd predicted that Max will either win or DNF. Red Bull seemed to have sorted out its issues, so
They won.
they won.
What was
I said that there'll be at least 4 retirements in the race. And that's not even taking into account that Mick Schumacher
Yeah.
didn't
Wait,
start.
actually two
Tsunoda.
cars didn't start.
Tsunoda.
Yeah, so those are 2. Which 4 DNF'd after that?
Tsunoda.
Rick,
Rick,
Latifi,
who's Rick?
then Ricardo, Latifi, Alonso,
Ricardo, Latifi,
Alonso, and
I swear to God,
Thank you,
please.
No,
Jordan.
no,
Thank
let
you,
me tell
Jordan.
you.
Let's just
and
check.
Albon.
Thank you. So on that note, what was your prediction?
My prediction was that Carlos Sainz was to win the Formula One. Was to win this race. He finished P3, therefore I have to do my forfeit.
And I already thought of one, so you can do it really quickly. I want you to do a striptease for Senna. By the way, Senna is our guest this week. So
Hey, should I take off
I
my
love
clothes
him,
or his?
so it's up to you. You do
Because
your
I can't
thing.
take off mine, the
You
mic is
do
here.
your thing. I just want to see.
Cue the music, please. Hey, mi hermano, sí, claro. Hey, entendido.
Premium F1 content here, guys. Like, follow, subscribe, follow us on all our socials. TGIF1 KE
I want to see you dance.
for more.
I want to
You
see
wanna
you
see
move.
me dance?
Don't kill you.
Oh wow, Senna. Oh,
Yes.
Sorry. But listen, yeah, we're gonna continue this next week, isn't it?
Oh no, I've just mentioned the top
Go
3.
for it, go
For
for
me,
it, yeah.
I really liked Ferrari's strategy, especially the way they had baited Perez. Oh, by the way, Perez.
So unfortunate.
Yeah, he drove such a stellar
unfortunate,
qualifying,
yeah.
and the first couple of laps were really good, but Ferrari baited him with the pit to overtake.
Pitch to overtake it,
Yeah.
precisely. And the what are they called? The pit crew came out.
Yeah,
To
But then
trick
they
them.
to trick
Yeah,
the
to
Red
trick
Bull
them.
guys.
Yeah.
And dashed back in. But apparently that's not allowed.
What do you
You're
mean?
only
No,
supposed
he
to
was
come
probably
out
he was going
when
to.
you know you're going to box. But luckily, it's a gray area where the guys can say, yes, we knew we were going to box, but the guy passed.
Yeah, and it's also that like the whole point is that strategy is allowed to change based on that. Like when Perez was coming into the pits, it would have distracted Leclerc, and he decided to go.
And it's
Yeah, and again,
So-
Formula One is all about looking for the exploits, the gray areas. Like last season, remember the whole controversy about track limits changing during every race?
There's
This
no-
year not made it so strange.
Yeah, just between the white
about-
lines.
Yeah, outside the white lines, but it's 4 tires
Yes.
off the white line, so
Yes.
half your car could be off, and the other half is on, and that's allowed.
You know what I have to say I loved is how Max eventually learned his lesson, and he learned it at the right time. Remember, like he
Yes.
did the exact, like he
Yeah,
fell for
yeah,
Leclerc's
they
trick again,
And again.
like passing him, and then Leclerc waiting to like
It was
to the
into
next turn.
Turn 27, I believe that's the final turn of Saudi Arabia, where you have DRS here, but then you also have DRS on the straight.
Yeah.
So if you pass here, which is so easy for a driver, considering you're seeing your rivals.
And it's
take-
DRS.
Yeah, exactly.
And your DRS is enabled. So he learned, and he learned it in like
the
last
right
3
time. Because
laps
after there was
to
a
go.
couple of yellow flags where Leclerc couldn't, in sector 1,
Yeah.
Leclerc couldn't push because
Oh,
there's a
yeah,
yellow
yeah.
flag,
I feel
so
like-
you have to stay behind.
I feel like the rivalry right now has started off very friendly because Leclerc, even after the race, he was like, I really enjoyed that race. It was really like neck and neck.
And
There's
then
nothing more I could have done.
Immediately
But-
after, when Leclerc, like in the lap after the final lap, Leclerc waved at
Yeah.
Max.
But now the question is, how many races into that will it stop being friendly? Because
Yeah, I was just actually about to say that because even last season had started off on a nice note. They're
Yeah,
all
it
friendly
did,
and
yeah,
competitive, but there's a
exactly.
moment where the gloves will come off.
no, Red Bull did not hide their feelings about how they feel about Mercedes. They were out for blood from
You were here
one.
still talking about last year, bro. We're here.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
No,
Max.
he's just said last
here
year the
speaking.
gloves came off.
Yeah, there's a point. There will come a
No,
point.
then the gloves were off from the beginning. Like,
The gloves will come off this year in Monaco because Leclerc has had 4, 18, 19, 20 and 21.
Yeah.
No, 20 there was no Monaco. So 18, 19 and 21 in Monaco where he did not finish the race.
While
And
you're
he's
on that
monegasque.
point, he's never actually managed to. Is it finish or win a race at Monaco? Even in his
yeah,
junior.
finish.
Even in his junior
I don't know
years.
about the
He's
junior.
never.
Do you
He's
think,
had perpetual bad luck.
you know how Ferrari said that they're going to let them race, Carlos Sainz and Leclerc? Do you think that'll be likely? Now that it's already clear, Leclerc has more of the
Some sort of an
championship,
advantage.
right? Yeah, like,
he has that advantage.
and he's
Honestly,
on who.
I think so.
Because if we look back at that race, we saw how Alonso and Ocon, they were like, let them race, let them do their thing, and like they kept passing each other, and it made for such
For a
entertainment.
second, did you guys know that Otmar Zafnauer left? I mean, I knew he left Aston Martin,
Yeah.
but I didn't know he went to Alpine
at
until
Alpine.
this
He
weekend.
likes pink. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I knew he left Aston Martin at the end of last season, but
Yeah.
I was shocked to find him at Alpine this year. I don't know why that piece of news just happened to have missed me.
But I
Yeah.
think that was it was very evident after, remind me what the previous guy's name was?
At Alpine.
Marcin Budkowski.
Before
Cyril
him.
Abiteboul.
No,
Cyril.
Abiteboul was before.
Yeah.
Abiteboul left in
After
2016.
Cyril was
Before
Marcin
COVID.
Budkowski.
BC, before COVID.
I-
I'll check
La
for
Rossi,
you.
I
Don't
think
worry.
his name is
Let me check
Laurent
for
Rossi.
you.
Laurent Rossi is the CEO.
Not in
He's the
not
CEO,
principal.
he's not the team principal. But yeah, he was there as an interim.
Yeah, as an
whatever,
interim.
But, Alpine also had Marcin Budkowski. And by the way, that guy was the only reason I believed Alpine had a chance this year. Because I Googled him, by the way, Polish engineer, just so you need to know. And he'd worked at Ferrari when they won, McLaren when they won, then just disappeared into some obscurity for a while, then came back with Alpine, but he got fired, so it's the game.
But I
Yeah.
mean, Alpine are performing pretty well.
Did you hear what Toto Wolff said? That Mercedes are right now in the gray area between Red Bull and Alpine, which is not what they want, because Alpine obviously will target
Yeah.
third
Yeah.
in the
Now-
Constructors' Championship.
I think also, well, we're at that, Lando Norris.
Scored points.
Like, he did well, guys.
Yeah,
like, we
yeah,
have to give
props
him
to-
credit. Like, he did really well. A lot of things went in his favor, but he capitalized and he finished even on top of a lot of guys.
So should we start getting our hopes up that the teams are figuring out Mercedes engines? Because also both, despite Hamilton's terrible qualifying and
Yeah, P1.
bad luck because
But
of
he
the
even got good luck.
yellow
He
flag.
started P14 because of
Tsunoda.
Ricardo had impeded.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got a
Ricardo
penalty.
was Whatever, yeah.
But he,
He gets a
like,
penalty,
if
yeah,
he got, like, when everyone stopped to get hard tires on, and then him and Magnussen stayed out with their hard tires,
Yeah.
there was that moment where he could have entered the pit stop,
Yeah.
but
The
then
pit lane.
the pit lane, and
But
his
it was
team.
closed because
It
Alonso's
It hadn't closed yet because Magnussen managed
Yeah,
to
it
pit.
was the first shot. It was the first shot of a second.
Yeah.
I think
It was
uh,
Magnussen was the second one, but
No,
somebody,
not Magnussen. didn't. I think the first guy was
Ricardo.
was Ricardo.
Then Alonso.
Alonso started developing problems, but
the same
Ricardo's engine just
But
shut
both
down.
of them, it
Yeah.
was getting their tracks off that made the difference. Like, they had to take both cars out of the
And
race
the
track.
worst part is they both, Ricardo, whatever, in the pit lane.
Yeah, because
was
they're trying
very
to
I
good.
have a
drag
question.
them
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it a rule that you must pit stop at least once?
Yes. You have to switch
Because in my
your
head, I was
tires.
like,
You don't have to pit
Hamilton,
stop.
for the first time in his career, was like, my tires are good. You know how we always used to him saying, like, I don't know if my tires can make it
yeah,
work.
my tires are
He
good.
said,
But for the
"Oh, I don't
first
know if these tires
time,
are gonna hang on and sets a fastest lap."
for the first time, he was like, my
But
tires
the
are
rule
good.
is, in a dry race, you have to change tire compounds at least once.
Yeah.
So you can change them in a red flag, which means you've not pitted. but you've
You've
changed
the
your
tires.
Yeah,
which is
so
a
the rule
bit-
is to change your tires, not to enter the pits.
Yeah.
And Mick Schumacher.
Ooh,
That
was a
nasty
close
shunt.
one.
That was a
I
nasty
actually
shunt.
saw his Instagram post saying that he's okay.
Yeah.
And it took a while before he said he was okay. I mean, it was pretty quiet for a while, and I think for the right reason, they deliberately didn't show his replay.
And they said he's moving. You know, you have that sort of sense when they say someone is moving and he was airlifted, you kind of feel.
While we're on the topic of replays, the race direction was terrible.
What's the new
Too
guy's
many,
name?
too many replays, like shots of fans. We don't need to see fans cheering when there's action going on the track.
That's true.
Please.
But that's
Formula
the
One,
whole
guys.
point with F1 this
No.
season. Even from last season,
No, we don't need
from
no.
last season, they clearly decided that Formula One is not for racing, it's for the fans. And I think
But
you
fans
can't now
love racing.
complain this season
No,
that
no,
they're
Fans
focusing
love racing, though.
on the
What-
fans.
So are you trying to
the
tell me that you
excitement.
that the
I
idea
want-
that you
wait,
gave Musa
when I
is
go for Formula One, I want to be shown on the screen, Kwani.
now? Okay. What next? Kiss comes.
Oh my days, that's going to be such a good idea.
That's not my prediction. but
During
we're
a safety
getting to
car.
that.
Kiss comes during a safety
No,
car.
Steph-
Bro.
Unless
Stefano Domenicali, we are here wishing, we are praying, my friend. Other than bringing a race to Africa, we want a kiss car.
no, thank
But
you.
the African race first.
No, thank you. And also, please keep Spa. We don't need these. How many races? These guys want to bring Las Vegas and get rid of Spa.
America.
And you can
America
get
is
rid
where
of.
the money is.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
Is
where
it
the money
really
is. Because
America?
what
Middle
Formula
East?
One had been struggling to do is
Hey,
But
the
let's
Middle East
not-
has money.
Money
from
is
the
king.
governments, and America has money from the consumers.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
yes,
look.
let's
Forget
not.
about it.
Let's
Let's
not. Yeah.
forget about
Back to the race.
Yeah.
Back to the race. So, whose strategy do you think worked best?
I think you've
And
mentioned
whose
it.
strategy went to?
I
No,
think
that was personally
Perez,
for me.
Perez's strategy went to shits. The
Yeah.
second.
But it was also really bad luck. Like the timing of the yellow flag and the
yeah.
safety car really did not do him any favors because he lost so much time on that.
Yeah, it was his first podium in 215 races, which is the longest any Formula One driver has ever tried to get
Before
a pole
getting a
position,
pole.
which was also he also had the longest.
Streak for without wins.
Yeah, without a win,
Yeah.
110. I
No,
think he
90.
won
It was 190
Yeah.
190
Before Bahrain.
races.
But here's the
It has
thing.
215. Yes, it
Yes,
is
yes,
215. Yeah. So Sergio Perez, congratulations to you. And how do you say that in
Best luck.
Spanish?
Best luck next time.
Bienvenido. I'm joking. No, it's Felicidades, Sergio Perez. That's correct. That's
So
correct. Yeah.
what I'm wondering is if everything went as planned, would Red Bull let Perez like allow Verstappen?
No.
No.
I don't think it's too early in the season to start team orders.
Team orders, yeah.
Right now you are trying to secure championship points. Then later, as the season develops, that's when you know which driver has a greater chance of winning. Maybe that's when the team orders might come.
But Perez has really bad luck from last year. If you think of everything that goes wrong
Yeah.
when he's trying to put, because even this time, Carlos Sainz coming out of the pit
yeah.
stop,
The pit
it
line.
was
I mean-
just like
And the funny thing, the same track last year is Perez accident cost Red Bull the constructors championship.
Indeed,
Yeah.
it did. Indeed, it
there's
did.
a conspiracy theory going around.
Ooh, I love a good conspiracy.
There's a conspiracy theory going around that Perez spun to block Lewis Hamilton or to try and get him into an accident.
But Perez
Last year,
last
not
year,
no last
Perez-
the last
he
race
was-
in
he was
Bahrain.
so far, he was so
In
far
Bahrain.
back.
In Bahrain.
He was too far
Like
back
you see
to-
how Max's engine stopped properly and it just went and stopped, but then Perez.
Oh, in Bahrain.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's look at Australia.
No. That's
Yes,
No,
yes,
the
one
engine
second,
cut.
one
Because
second.
you
No,
see-
wait,
nothing
one
to
second,
gain.
one second. Let's insert the conspiracy theory theme here too.
Yeah. And then
So here we
if
are
you're
in turn
listening,
one, we see Sergio Perez. He mysteriously spins, allegedly.
yeah, let's hear from guys. You guys
Yeah,
comments.
guys. Yeah, in
Yeah,
the comments
please comment
below,
down.
Please, let us know, man. And by the way, if you have the funniest comment, the nicest comment, the most engaging comment, we're gonna mention you next week and give you a big shout out, man. And
No, we'll
perhaps-
give. We have vouchers to give.
I was about to say perhaps.
No, we do
you do.
for tires.
Yeah,
We'll give
so
you vouchers to get some cash off some tires. No, for real.
This is for real, by the way. Yeah. So we got a couple of
If you need
friends of
tires.
ours from the tire industry. I can't say the name just yet.
Kingsway.
Kingsway tires. Shout out to Kingsway. Obviously, we're going the King's way. And 20% of tires for the funniest comment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Most interesting, most
interesting,
informative.
Yeah, so if you
the one we like the most. Let's just leave it.
Yeah.
The one we like the most. So Australia. He was saying something very interesting about Australia. That his prediction could end up being right.
Oh yeah,
in that
signs,
track.
because Australia is not much of a speedy track. It's a
That's
mixture.
true.
It's a mixture of both, and
It's a half street circuit as well, because half of the year the place is just a park, Albert Park.
Yeah.
Then when Formula One comes, they build the things.
And Mercedes might be getting upgrades
of course,
ahead of Australian.
Yeah, the aero upgrades.
Yeah,
because
so-
the engine, of course, tough luck with that. So, I believe Ferrari do stand a chance to win Australia, and that would be a great race for Sainz to win in. I wish I could say the same for Rick. Maybe Rick might score points. I hope he does. I hope he's motivated by the home team.
And it's the first time. It's the first time that the Australian Grand Prix is back since COVID.
2019.
2019.
Since Valtteri Bottas
Yeah.
said, "To whom it may concerns."
Blip.
And I think it was during the Australian. But they can still see us even when the light
Yeah,
is.
but
We're not that dark. Sheesh.
Apologies
Oh,
for the
maybe
technical
Jordan.
difficulties. Guys,
We are
predictions
the-
for Australia.
Well, since I lost the last one, I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
Let me hear from either Mukami or you, whichever.
All right, I'm going to be bold and audacious and say that Russell will score his first podium in Australia.
Hey!
big one. That's a big
I
one.
like it. I like it.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm feeling hot.
I like it. Yeah, maybe it's overconfident. Overconfident. Okay. Mine is really mean. It's a really mean prediction, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't
I
know
hope
why.
you're
I'm
wrong
just
too. We need that. We need that forfeit.
Let's
But
hear,
I'm going to predict that Ricardo will not finish his home.
Oof, you're like the angel of
I know.
doom.
So-
Like,
and I
you're
love
just predicting
Ricardo, I
DNFs
love
and-
you. I love you, Ricardo. I hope you never see this. And I hope you don't DNF.
Bro, I hope Ricardo, you see this. We would love to have you on the channel, bro. My prediction is that Daniel Ricardo will make an appearance on the channel.
Boo, boo.
Just
Stick to the way. We're going to give another.
Okay. Seb is back next week.
Yeah.
Seb to finish in the points.
Okay.
Okay.
With a poor Mercedes engine, Aston Martin.
Yeah, no, like you're going
no
to be
experience for the past
definitely
two
wrong.
races. That's an
Let
task.
me. Now, what
Four-time
happens
world
if we all
champion.
lose? Because
We all
we
do
all do
forfeit.
each other.
I dare
Then.
you, dare you.
Okay. So,
Yes.
so you guys, we have a Formula One fantasy. So join. It's TGIFKE, and the winner,
F1.
TGIF1KE,
Yes.
and the winner will get like the. I don't want to issue spoilers.
But we also
But the person who's paying us to be here says someone may travel to a Grand Prix at the end of the day. Allegedly, let's say allegedly. In case it backfires.
Allegedly, just
But
better-
those ain't the works.
you might find yourself at Machako's Grand Prix. So join.
Commentator is not cropped, it's clopped.
Yes. So kindly join Clofty with a K.
Yeah, which is clopped.
Yeah, anyway, yes, kindly join our F1 Fantasy League, TJF1KE, and please like, follow, subscribe our channel, TJF1KE, on all platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
YouTube video, man. We love
Yes.
the YouTube video, man. We like to
Also
have
working
the
on a
Insta
TikTok.
chat, Facebook, Smidget. it. That's what we call it in Garissa.
Snapchat.
Diversity,
Smidget.
yes.
Thanks, guys, for watching
Hey, yo,
and
guys from
listening.
Garissa, I'm just joking.
So thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you after Australia.
We will see you together as a group after Australia, but stay tuned to the channel for I want to say a lot more content, but I don't want to lie, so a bit more content.
And more importantly, remember the Australia GP is at 8 a.m. on the 10th of April. So set your alarms. Don't party too hard the night before.
Or don't sleep. If you're partying, just
Yes.
don't fall asleep until
Yes.
after the race.
And stay tuned to the channel. Just maybe, if God blesses us, we'll decide to host breakfast for you guys.
Yes.
And you'll see Musa doing really silly things. So yeah.
I think you've already seen that in minute
More.
1.
More if he
More
keeps
silly
losing.
things. Yeah, thank you guys so much, man. Subscribe to the pit, to TGIF1KE.
Yes.
Musa, Amir.
Mukami Wombora.
And Jordan, not F1.
That's such a cool name, man.
Audio Jungle.